Welcome to Hero Villains. As you think Absolute Superman, the ultimate man of steel, faces Absolute King Shazam, the fallen almighty. Determining the winner in a battle between Absolute Superman and Absolute King Shazam is a particular challenge. As stated, Absolute Superman is not the Clark Kent we once knew. In the harsh reality of the Absolute Universe, Kal-El did not land on a warm farm in Kansas, enveloped by the love of Jonathan and Martha Kent. He did not have an idyllic childhood to form a solid moral compass. Instead, he arrived on Earth as a young man, carrying the full memory of Krypton's destruction and the absolute loneliness of the last survivor. His power was not discovered gradually in joy and wonder. It is a burden, a constant reminder of what he lost. Regarding the source of his power, Absolute Superman still inherits his abilities from Earth's yellow sun, but his process of absorbing and processing energy seems different. He did not have 2 decades for his cells to slowly saturate with solar radiation. His power erupts suddenly, intensely, and somewhat more wildly. This leads to a crucial consequence. Absolute Superman appears to have an extremely high base power level, but his fine control may not match the mainstream version. He is like a nuclear reactor running at full capacity without an adequate cooling system. His power is raw, direct, and extremely dangerous, not only to his enemies but also to himself and his surroundings. But what truly makes Absolute Superman fearsome is not just physical strength. It is his warrior mentality. Without a childhood in Smallville, without lessons in restraint from an earthly father, this Kal-El is a true Kryptonian, carrying the legacy of an advanced warrior and scientific civilization. He came to Earth not to become a symbol of hope, but to survive. His attire is not a bright-colored bodysuit sewn by an adoptive mother. It is a Kryptonian battlesuit, designed for war. He uses the technology of his lost homeworld proficiently, turning himself into a fighting machine, combining superior biological power with high-tech weaponry. This combination creates a warrior who is not only physically powerful, but also extremely intelligent, tactically, and ruthless when necessary. The strength of Absolute Superman? In confrontations with planetary-level threats, he has shown a shocking willingness to use lethal force. He does not have an absolute no-kill rule. When faced with an unyielding enemy, he will not hesitate to strike with intent to finish. He has fought through armies, endured attacks that would have felled any creature, and continued forward with a cold determination. His strength is not driven by hope, but by a deep sorrow and a simmering rage against a universe that took everything from him. This is a Superman with no obvious psychological weakness to exploit. You cannot threaten his loved ones because they are all dead. You cannot exploit his compassion because it has been calloused by loss. The adaptability and evolution of Absolute Superman. Because he lacks a solid foundation, he is forced to learn everything the hard way. Every battle is a lesson, and he is an excellent student. He quickly analyzes enemy weaknesses, adjusts tactics, and exploits every advantage his Kryptonian technology and physiology provide. If a type of energy injures him, his cells will seek to build resistance. If a tactic fails, he will never repeat it. He is the embodiment of survival, a creature forged in the furnace of despair to become the ultimate weapon. Absolute Superman is a nightmare for every law of thermodynamics. He does not just lift buildings, he has been witnessed using his own bare shoulders to resist the collapse of massive infrastructure, holding underground coal mines from being crushed by millions of tons of rock, protecting the workers below. His muscular strength far exceeds the concept of lifting weights. It is the ability to manipulate and bend molecular structures through direct physical force. When Absolute Superman throws a punch, it is not just kinetic energy. It is the release of a miniature thermonuclear explosion, compressed into a contact area the size of a fist. He has shattered the armor of alien mechanical entities, torn apart giant monsters with his bare hands, and moved at speeds imperceptible to the naked eye, creating sonic booms that level entire mountain ranges. His body is enveloped in a bioelectric field and a layer of hyperdense cellular matter forged by yellow solar radiation. Artillery shells, nuclear missiles, or even explosions from the cores of dying stars are merely gentle breezes passing over his callous skin. He can fly through the Earth's core, withstanding pressure and temperatures of millions of degrees Celsius without a scratch. Absolute Superman does not fight for glory or for any government organization. He fights for the little people, those without a voice. That will turn him into an entity that cannot be subdued by pain. His bones may be broken, he may be burned, he may be torn apart, but as long as the sun still shines, his cells will force reality itself, regenerating and rising with redoubled fury. However, the most fearsome weapon of Absolute Superman is not his heat vision or freeze breath, though they have the power to bisect a continent or freeze an entire ocean in an instant. His ultimate weapon is his thorough understanding of the limits of destruction and his ability to control the battlefield at a microscopic level. But Absolute Superman has one fatal weakness. A weakness etched deep into his subconscious, the vulnerability to magic. In the Absolute Universe, this weakness is portrayed even more starkly and ruthlessly. Clark's body functions as a biological solar battery, a perfect physical machine. But magic does not obey physics. Magic is the imposition of will upon reality, the bending of the very laws that Superman's cells rely on to maintain their inviolability. A physical attack might make him recoil, but a magical attack, even a small one, strikes directly at his nervous system, at his soul, and at the very energy structure that keeps him alive. This is the only crack in the steel wall of Absolute Superman, and it is the fatal spot that any magic-wielding enemy will target. I truly hope you will. Subscribe to the channel, that will help us a lot, and you are the most wonderful person. Thank you very much. Now let us talk about Absolute King Shazam, the fallen almighty. As mentioned, Absolute King Shazam is not Billy Batson, the boy with a pure heart chosen by the wizard Shazam as his champion. In the Absolute Universe, the concept of a pure heart is a luxury that cannot exist. Here, power is not given to the worthy, it is seized by the strongest, most ambitious, and most ruthless. Absolute King Shazam is the embodiment of that principle. A warrior king who stole the power of the gods for himself, not to protect the weak, but to rule them. The source of Absolute King Shazam's power is fundamentally a blasphemy. He was not blessed by the gods. He bound them. Instead of channeling the power from Solomon, Hercules, Atlas, Zeus, Achilles, and Mercury voluntarily, this absolute version appears to have coerced, exploited, or even completely absorbed these mythical entities. This creates a fundamental difference. Traditional Shazam's power is a gift, revocable and limited by the recipient's character. Absolute King Shazam's power is a possession. He does not borrow might, he owns it. This means no wizard can withdraw his power, no magic word. Shazam can cause him to transform back into a weak form. He is the king, and power is his kingdom. Regarding physical strength and energy, Absolute King Shazam stands at the apex of the metaphysical food chain. His physical strength is comparable to, and in some aspects, even surpasses Superman's. But it does not come from physics or solar radiation. It comes from the endowment of the gods. When Shazam punches, it is the strength of Hercules, of ancient war gods, a force that can level mountains and split continents with a single stomp. His speed is borrowed from Mercury, allowing him to move faster than light speed, reacting to every threat at the quantum level. But physical strength is only the shell for his true weapon, magic and thunder. The thunder of Absolute King Shazam is not a weather phenomenon, it is cosmic punishment. When he calls down the thunder, it is a direct connection to the Rock of Eternity, to the primordial magical currents of the multiverse. This fury can incinerate immortal entities, release imprisoned souls, and regenerate his own body from ashes. But more importantly, Shazam's thunder is pure magic. It carries the property of metaphysical destruction. When it strikes an opponent, it does not just cause physical damage. It tears apart energy armor, corrodes life force, and attacks the very ontology of the victim. The ruling ability and magical understanding of Absolute King Shazam is a fearsome strategic weapon. As a king, Billy Batson no longer fights like a thug. He has the wisdom of Solomon, allowing him to analyze every weakness, every magical structure, and every physical law of his opponent in an instant. He can summon entities from other realms, manipulate weather on a planetary scale, and create magical barriers that even cosmic entities cannot breach. He has ruled cursed lands, defeated demonic armies, and imposed his order on primordial chaos. The cynicism and ruthlessness of a king make absolute King Shazam unhesitant to use attacks of mass destruction. He is not bound by the moral codes of a traditional hero. He is bound by the equilibrium of kingship. If a threat needs to be eradicated to protect the throne or the magical order, he will flatten an entire hemisphere without blinking. With the strength of Hercules, or rather the usurped physical might, this is no longer the strength of a demigod. This is the primordial power of a mythical entity imprisoned and drained to the last drop. In the absolute universe where everything is harsher, this strength has been demonstrated at a level of casual planetary destruction. He does not just lift mountains, he levels mountain ranges. He does not just punch through walls, he punches through space. The stamina of Atlas, forcibly seized, makes him nearly impervious to physical harm. His body does not just endure attacks, it absorbs them, turning the kinetic energy of his enemies into his own power. He is a walking bastion, an impenetrable fortress. But the most fearsome aspect of absolute King Shazam lies in the combination of the magical power of Zeus and the wisdom of Solomon, both distorted by the nature of the usurper. The thunder of Zeus in the hands of absolute King Shazam is not an instrument of justice, it is a weapon of brutal annihilation. His magic is not limited by ethical rules. He can summon lightning storms that can scour continents, unleashing bolts that carry the essence of divine punishment, but the punishment of a tyrannical god. With the strength of Hercules, he will tear them apart like paper. With the thunder of Zeus, he will incinerate entire fleets from orbit. And with the courage of Achilles, a courage corrupted into absolute recklessness and bloodlust, he will savor every moment of destruction. He does not fight for peace, he fights for dominance. The wisdom of Solomon may conflict with the reckless courage of Achilles. The speed of Mercury may be restrained by the stamina of Atlas. He is a king ruling a kingdom of chaos within his own mind. His arrogance, amplified by absolute power, is a massive blind spot. He is unaccustomed to being challenged, and when faced with a truly equal opponent, his psychological stability may begin to crumble, leading to tactically flawed decisions. As you can see, absolute King Shazam is not a hero. He is a despotic warrior god, a usurper of ultimate power, carrying within him the combined yet deeply contradictory strength of 6 imprisoned gods. Now, let me directly compare and analyze the fight. Absolute Superman, with killer instinct honed through countless survival battles, will lunge in with punches carrying destructive weight. Each of his punches is a finishing blow, without hesitation or holding back. Absolute King Shazam, with the strength of Eternal Atlas and the speed of Primordial Hermes, will retaliate with blows no less mighty. Within the first few seconds, both will completely destroy the surrounding environment. Ruined buildings will be blown away. The ground will crack into canyons. In terms of pure strength, both are at a planetary destruction level. However, Superman has the advantage in speed and brutality. He does not fight like a king, he fights like a predator. He will continuously apply pressure, giving Shazam no time to chant spells or focus complex magic. In this early phase, Absolute Superman will dominate thanks to his ferocity and superior speed. Realizing he cannot overwhelm his opponent with pure physical strength, Shazam will switch to using magic. He will create magical shields to block Superman's attacks. He will summon Black Thunder, a lightning that strikes not only the body but also the very solar energy flowing within Superman's cells. This is a dangerous attack, as it targets the very source of Superman's power. However, Absolute Superman is not the traditional Superman. His Kryptonian armor immediately analyzes the nature of the magic and begins generating an energy field to counter it. The artificial intelligence in the armor will identify magic's weakness. It requires time and concentration to cast. Superman will use his speed to move constantly, forcing Shazam to divide his attention. The primordial magic of Shazam is something beyond all laws of physics. Superman's armor can analyze and adapt to most forms of energy, but primordial magic is not energy. It is the deliberate violation of the laws of reality. When Shazam uses the Scepter of the King to negate Kryptonian technology, Superman's armor will begin to malfunction. Energy circuits will be disrupted. Weapon systems will be disabled. Superman will be stripped of his technological advantage, forced to rely entirely on his biological power. When pushed into a disadvantage, absolute Superman's survival instinct will surge most fiercely. This is a creature that survived the annihilation of his planet, survived the hunt of an entire world. He will never give up. He will begin fighting more recklessly, using everything in the surrounding environment as a weapon. He might even try to directly absorb magical energy, a suicidal act for a normal Superman, but absolute Superman may have developed a certain level of resistance through previous encounters with supernatural forces on this Earth. Shazam is a king, a strategist. He will not be drawn into Superman's frenzied pace. He will maintain distance, using the wisdom of primordial Zeus to analyze every movement of his opponent and the willpower of Achilles to maintain absolute focus. He knows that time is on his side. His magic is infinite, while Superman, no matter how powerful, is still limited by the solar energy he has absorbed. The battle will prolong to the point of destroying an entire continent. Superman will pour all his remaining power into one final attack. He will activate the energy core of his armor, turning his entire body into a Kryptonian plasma bullet, hurtling straight at Shazam at speeds far exceeding light. This is a suicidal attack, but that is the way of a Kryptonian warrior. Shazam will face this attack with all the majesty of a king. He will raise his scepter high, summoning the power of all 6 primordial entities at once. A colossal magical circle will appear, not only to block the attack, but also to analyze and absorb it. The scepter will touch the Kryptonian energy core, and for a moment, the 2 sources of power will struggle fiercely. But primordial magic has an advantage that technology cannot match. Superman can withstand a fury of thunder, but he cannot withstand his body being continuously corroded by magic while being distracted by protecting the world around him. That erosion, combined with the metaphysical overwhelming force, will gradually strip away the power of the sun god. In a life and death confrontation, absolute King Shazam holds the overwhelming advantage and will ultimately win. And that is our analysis of the battle between the absolute Man of Steel and the absolute Wizard King. Let us know your opinion by commenting down below. Do you side with the lone Kryptonian warrior or the king of primordial magic? If you enjoy dramatic analyses like this, do not forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you do not miss any upcoming multiverse battles. Thank you for watching, and we will see each other again in the next absolute battles.